hooked on there.
Good old 2050.
That combine looks,
Yeah.
Got wheel extensions.
It was like 1970, so.
and not doing acres.
And all it did for most of its life was oats.
Oats,
With
really?
a pickup head. Behind the 660 is the pickup head. And then in later years, we decided to plant some soybeans, so we found
Another walking plow.
a soybean table and we fixed it up, and I combined soybeans with it in the last years.
That's one of the last late ones, huh?
Well, then he turned into white. He painted them red,
Yep.
white or cockshot, depending where you sold them in Canada or, yeah. At the time, I was told it was the biggest combine, either on the market or,
In the state.
you know, the cylinder is like 53 inches wide, the feeder house.
I got a 431.
Okay, I remember those.
Which,
Here's a three bottom rollover. He said it was a 4. They took some bottoms off.
well, it's got a green head on right now,
Yeah, we bought that in later years for soybeans.
huh? For soybeans.
Floating powder.
Oliver 5555.
That was one that lasts a couple, 3 years of its use.
How wide is
Otherwise,
that?
it always did the pickup head. That's all it ever had was a pickup head for grain. All the years they had it. It's like
So, how wide is that?
13 foot maybe.
13?
Yes, yeah. I think they made 11, 13, 15, 18.
See, so you were soybeans.
And here's a 660.
Yeah, soybeans with it, yeah.
Yeah, she got a wide throat.
Yeah, it's a really wide machine, but it's way back in its day.
Is,
Yeah.
is this the original 660 or the other one?
Yes, that's the original one there, yeah.
And then Ron's got one.
Ron one and one.
So this is original.
Yeah.
Original tires.
That's one with the Haymore.
Diamonds.
Right.
Cast iron.
One he had in his own.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if it's some land
I don't want to take a whole lot off of this, but I just want to take a peek here.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Like I told David, you should have a museum with this stuff.
Yeah. You know, my son here, he's Wisconsin Oliver
How
now.
good your eyesight is, I don't know if you can see the tachometer on the 660. If you can uncover it and read it, that's the original hours, I don't remember.
I have to get my light. Yeah, 1392.
1392, there you go, yeah. And all it did was pull the grain drill to seed the oats, and then in all the wagons, those gravity wagons, with the oats up in the barn floor to unload them. When I started here, I started driving that little tractor to haul the wagons up on the barn hill, unload the wagons up on the barn floor. And you pull the grain drill, and Oliver, he doesn't have that no more, Oliver Superior grain drill, like a 10-footer.
And it's got steps on both sides.
Yep. That was like an option, I guess you could buy.
Yeah, that's a nice original.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, all the tires, the paint, everything is all original. Everything.
Or
That's
to,
all a completely original.
or to
tractor.
see how the emblem was up here.
Yep.
Nice emblem. The good old 2-color.
Same with the 2050. He has all the original tires. Everything's all original paint, everything.
Original front tires.
We got 2150.
Okay. These are all original tires to this tractor, yep, as long as I've been here.
Only difference is,
In 2 more weeks, I'll be here 45 years, so I don't know if that makes me an expert or too stupid to quit.
I would think. Our 2150s got the same engine, only we put a turbo on it.
Turbocharger, that is correct, yes, sir, yeah.
And otherwise, I think the frame is the same. But we get, I think we get a different one.
Both sides, okay. That's right, maybe when you offered it that way.
Gas
didn't they?
model.
Order it that way or something? A lot of them like that, so they like probably more money and people want to.
More money,
Most of the
but
time, but I think I read that was that article.
Should check the drawbar.
I read that too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about the history of these things.
Hydraulics.
Yeah, I used to drive this thing in the spring, and after they kind of got out of the
Yeah.
silos, they raised vegetables.
It's almost a perfect
crops,
hole.
like peas, green beans, and sweet corn. So then they would go out this thing and they take the peas off, pea vines, we plow them.
Plow them in?
Plow them under, with pea vines, you know, and a white 598 plow. You plow the pea vines under and work the field up and plant green beans.
Green beans?
Green beans. You harvest the peas in early July.
Or if you could double
You
crop.
could double crop and a crop of green beans. Yep, we did that for a number of years.
We did that 1 year. Boy, that thing's nice.
Yeah, well, I'd say it rarely has a scratch on it, because it just didn't.
Still got the hydroelectric.
Just got used and put in the shed.
And then you got a really nice white here too, huh?
Yeah, 270, yeah. When we raised the vegetables, we had to pull the corn planter with that.
Oh, yeah. So that was
That's what came right after the 1655, it turned into a
This is the
270.
predecessor.
Yep, most of the frame, in fact, all of the frame, except they added a chunk on the front end to put the weights.
Oh.
If you took this off behind here, the bolts, you see here, where the frame bolts back there, it looks exactly like the front of a 1655. That's the change.
And then they.
And they made the, yeah,
real different.
the side panels, you know, the one-piece panel and all that, which was a nice, 16, I'd never, the points were okay, but it had a million bolts to take off. When you
Yeah,
had-
it is.
When you had to fix them, yeah.
But when they're all put together, they look pretty sharp.
And this is the last years they made this, they put the red stripes on them. 1982, this thing rolled off the line. And we sold about 6 of these in the very end to the canning factory. They used them for, I don't know what they pulled with them, but we had a whole big order of them. They had like 6 of these come in. They kept this last one here, just sat here.
Maybe pea miners, huh?
Like pea viners, cutters, I don't know, but. So for whatever reason, this one kind of sat around here, and then they finally decided to use it on this farm.
How many hours in this one?
A little over 1,000.
Wow.
It looks like it's really out low.
Yeah, Ronnie shined it up. He took it in parades and tractor rides. Some of the shows he hauled, you know, like 2050. He hauled this to a few shows, but yeah, it's.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, you would look long and wide, you'll never find a nicer one, original like that.
Right. And all the hood emblems, everything is just
Everything-
perfect.
Yeah. Those are all my hours,
Are they?
running on this farm, yeah.
You're the only one who could run it,
Pretty
right?
much the only one that ever drove it. I don't remember anybody else ever driving it, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can take that to the bank, right? Yeah.
And they used that on this farm too then, when we planted green beans in later years. First we had a 4-row, and then we had a 4-row 5100, and then they got this traded in, so they kept this one for green beans and sweet corn.
That's a white.
It's a white, yes, sir.
We're just not for all of this.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, my dad was the dealer in North County
Oh, yeah?
back in the 60s.
Okay.
They ain't around anymore, but it kind of gets in your blood.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So that's air, right?
Yeah, so it uses air to hold the seeds in the disc. I got the seed plates off, but the seed plates lay up, well, I can't get through here. Oh, maybe I can. They lay up on edge. The plates lay on edge. So as the plates rotate, the seed itself comes down from the hopper right here. So the plate lays here, and then as this rotates, the air holds a kernel of corn in every cell of the disc. So then it rotates all the way around, goes past, this is a brush called a cutoff brush. So then at that point, the brush holds the seed in the disc, and then when it gets to the bottom, it's open, it falls down, straight down on the chute into the furrow.
And gravity takes over.
Gravity takes over. And
But
that
it-
system is
it
still
can-
used to this day.
But it can do that.
Oliver came out with this, I was told, before I started here 45 years ago, in the mid 70s, 75, 76, the Oliver, what did they call that model? They had an air planter. It had electric little 12-volt fan motors to generate the air pressure. This one has a hydraulic fan in the center
yeah.
driven fan, squirrel cage fan.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out, they
Supplies
called
air.
a 5400, a white 54 or Oliver 5400 plant air, they called the very first one. Then in 1980, they redesigned the whole planter and they came out with the 5100 model, Seed Boss, whatever. And that's when they went with a fan option. You could get the hydraulic fan, and which you're able to regulate the speed of the fan. So some seeds you don't want as much air pressure, whereas the electric one, you turn it on, it was just one speed, and sometimes it was too much air. It would hold like 2 kernels in the cell. It was too much air. So you could regulate if you're planting small corn, big corn, soybeans. And there's all kinds of other, one guy planted pickles with it, and pumpkins, I think they plant pumpkins with them. There's just a whole myriad of seeds that you can plant with it, but
Without changing plates or
you
anything?
gotta change plates. The plates are what would singulate out each seed, yes. Yep.
And some of the other brands, don't they use a vacuum instead of a pressure?
Right. John Deere uses a vacuum to hold the seed into the disc.
Yeah, instead of...
IH has that big drum called Cyclo. They came out in the 70s. That was a big drum, same principle. Use air to hold the seed into that drum, that little pinhole. That air would rush out, that seed would, and then when it fell past a certain place, the seed would get blowing down a little 1/2-inch plastic pipe down to the row from the center. So,
But it would do it real quickly.
it would, the drawback that I said was, how do you get from the center of the planter to the outside rows evenly spaced?
Right.
When you're blowing, you're basically blowing the seed down that pipe, you know. Whereas here you're singulating every row.
Yeah, each one's got
Each
its own
one's right on
hopper.
top of the row unit, and they still use it to this very day, I guess.
Wow.
So they're called Massey Ferguson now, the planters, but they still make them yet. And now they moved production to Heston, Kansas. These were probably made in South Bend, Indiana. That's where they made a lot of their implements back in the day.
Yep.
But that all got
We
moved.
went and see that
You
plant.
were there at South Bend, okay?
Yeah, him and I.
Okay.
The memorial they have left.
Yep. They used to make the tillage equipment, discs and plows, and
The Super 44s were built
they
there.
were made there. Okay. Yeah.
South Bend Plant 2 is ours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one we were at, right?
Yeah, South Bend, Indiana. I don't
And
know
there were,
which.
there were a lot of train tracks there, a lot of
Well,
train
it could
traffic.
be. That could be. They bring in raw material and ship out the finished product. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a lot of manufacturing was done that way.
Yep.
Farm, look at King Cutters. King Farm looks the same thing. Is it? Yes.
Oh,
But they market them to dealers to a different name.
oh yeah.
So you go out to, LS Trackers, Village Tracker, I don't know where you guys are from, but they sell them little blue ones, they're called LS Trackers.
Yep.
They handle all kinds of implements, well, those are just painted blue, but they're Taylor Way, it just says LS on them,
The tractor?
so. The implements,
Oh, the implements.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
But these are basically.
Taylor Way makes them.
Taylor Way is a company that makes the King Cutters and these, all of the same factory. And I'm not saying they're part for part identical,
Right.
but I've ordered parts for King Cutters here and Taylor Way, and I've asked them, is this the same part on both? And they, not what I was working on, they said, yeah, it's the same, so.
My 5-footer is a King Cutter, and the other one is a Tony Oil.
I've heard of that. Yeah, so.
So when I get a little further into the season, these will probably go across the road.
If we sell them, yeah, that's fickle. Some years we sell.
All right, let's look at this thing.
He brought us a whole big truckload of them here last summer, last fall, so.
Oh.
I had them all laying outside, and weather, just like, lay out, every model we got is out front.
Nice original.
New anymore.
When it sells, then I'll bring another one out to replace it,
Yep.
yeah.
I can go in here?
Yep, go ahead, yep.
Cool.
Straight up, I've been up and down that ladder thousands of times myself. It has air conditioning in there from Sears and Roebuck.
Oh yeah?
Some days you had to go up and down more than you wanted.
It gets awful hot in there. Originally, it had no air conditioning. When we bought the machine out. And then they said, oh, it was so hot, so at that time you could go to Sears or Roebuck and buy air conditioning for your car. So they bought that because of the Chrysler engine.
Sears and Roebuck air conditioning, he says. You can see it right there.
Under the dash of your car. So when it worked, it would blow cold air out. Okay, that was really helpful. Wow. The engine in that machine
Kinda nice. Nice.
Yeah.
But the exhaust pulls up the rate.
Yeah, this one does too, but the fan draws through the radiator, blows all the air against the right side of the right panel.
Hot air.
Well, it's good at first, but as the hours get more and more
Yeah.
hours, it's sitting out in the hot sun, you can feel it.
Oh, God, yeah.
It gets hot.
So that air conditioner worked.
Well, it did. I'm not saying that, I'm sure it don't now.
I mean, it helped.
Back in the day.
Do you know what John Deere's thinking? They're trying to make their tractors and combines, the new ones, electric.
Well, everybody is.
Is that even work?
It's gonna be a slow, if it ever catches on, I don't think the big ones, that's years and years and years away. I mean, Bobcat, they just introduced electric skid steer, I see. That was in the farm paper.
Well, when you get into the middle of corn.
Here's a 2050 2871.7 hours. All original. Pretty nice. Better get this stuff back how it was. It's pretty big meats on there too.
Boss, they called him. Yep. Now he has a zero-turn land drive mower and cuts his grass at now.
Here we got an Oliver 550 forklift. Pretty nice shape, looks like.
Found it, yes.
I found it.
Been here longer than I've been here, so. I probably wore out 2 sets of tires up front.
Yeah, we had a 551, I believe it was,
Oh.
but had to downsize a little bit, so you
They
gotta.
put that on that cage, it's really not a roll bar, because when they handled the bags of seed oats and pallets, they were stacked up so high, and once in a while a bag would slide off, and you were worried it'd hit you in the head, so they
Yeah,
kind of built a homemade little cage.
these are definitely unique though. I think they put the bevel in backwards or something to reverse
Yeah,
the
all I
gears.
did is turn the ring and pinion around, and yeah, that way it would work the other way, and that's all. It was the same transmission and everything. Yeah, it's very simple, all said and done.
Oh, this has a power steering on the generator.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
pump. That's neat.
And the 550s had that pump, I know.
Well,
The steering itself was different as far as on this one. But they
because you got
did
your pumps in the.
generator. This one, of course, has an hydraulic pump out the back for the forklift. That part is different.
Oh, that is neat. All right. Well, thanks again.
You bet.